And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Here we are, Tuesday, MVL Volleyball, where tonight is the West Muskingum Lady Tornadoes. They are home, and they take on the visiting Lady Panthers of New Lexington. New Lexington 8-1 on the season, 5-1 in MVL play. Lady Tornadoes 4-7 on the campaign, 3-3 in MVL play. Howard Twiggs, glad to be a part of your volleyball evening. Joined tonight by Director Marcus McPeck for the New Lex students who are always on board with us. Brian Wagner on camera, and our still photographers Emma Rose and Stevie Shull. For New Lexington Lady Panthers under Alyssa Board, outstanding campaign as witnessed by the 8-1 record, the one loss at Meadowbrook, 3-2 in sets. That rematch, by the way, will be coming up in a couple of weeks, and we will, of course, be there for that one. New Lexington has won 24 sets and has lost just 5, and they are currently owners of a 7-match win streak. They opened the season at Riverview winning, came home for John Glenn winning 3-0, then the disappointing loss at Meadowbrook 3-2, but then they have rattled off straight set victories over Maysville, London, Logan Elm in a try, Crooksville, Coshocton, and they're led along the way by Chloe Dick per set kills at 3.6. Joining her on the kill list, Lena Fink at 2.2 and Ava Snedeker 2.1. Blocks, Lena Fink right in the middle hit area, 2.2, Snedeker 2.1, and Layla Burke 2.0 for the New Lexington Lady Panthers. Digs, Gracie Newland at 4 per set, Chloe Dick 3.5, Caroline Duper at 3 per set, and the assist, Georgia Burkhart per set, an outstanding 9.9. For the Lady Tornadoes of West Muskingum under coach Tristan Van Fleet, they have had 4 common opponents with New Lexington. They beat Maysville 3-0. New Lexington, of course, won 3-0. Crooksville took them to 5. They won 3-2. And of course, New Lexington beat Crooksville 3-0. Coshocton, West Muskingum did blank them 3-0. And the same goes for the Lady Panthers of New Lexington. Meadowbrook Lady Tornadoes lost 3-0. And of course, the classic match at Meadowbrook for New Lexington, where they dropped that 5th set to go on the heartbreaker 3-2. Leaders for West Muskingum, kills per set, Lucy Thorne at 2.7, blocks per set, Jules Bennett at 2.0, digs per set, Lucy Thorne at 3.2, and assists per set, Bella Ewart for the Lady Tornadoes at 9.1. Coach Board will use an 8-person rotation for the most part. That will be Michaela McCoy, a defensive specialist as a sophomore. Gracie Newland's a defensive specialist. She's a senior. Georgia Burkhart, of course, the setter, a senior. Layla Baker is an outside hitter, a sophomore. Chloe Dick, outside hitter, is a senior. Lena Fink, middle hitter, a senior. Caroline Dupler, an outside hitter, is a senior. And then Ava Snedeker, a sophomore, middle hitter. So New Lexington, lots of experience coming into this season, and it shows the way they've played. They play so well together, and they've done such a nice job for Coach Board, and I know she's proud of what they've done and what they've accomplished to this point of the season, but I'm sure they have goals to have in the future. West Muskingum will also go with a younger group. They will have Bella Ewart, Lucy Thorne, Jules Bennett, Haley Lytle, Brooke Bate, and Riley Savage as their top players. And before we go any further in the pregame tonight, we will step aside and honor this great country with the national anthem. So you're listening to high school volleyball, MVL, where tonight it is the Lady Panthers of New Lexington, 8-1, and West Muskingum at 4-7 on the season. We now go for the anthem.
To honor our freedom and to remember those who have served our great country, please rise as we play the national anthem. And now, let's meet the teams for New Lexington.
Lady Panthers against the West Muskingum Lady Tornadoes. Teams being introduced, the non-starters first. First for New Lexington, they're in the black uniforms with the orange trim, orange numerals, looking very sporty on the road sets. And of course, the libero, the defensive specialist, in the orange top. West Muskingum in the home white with the navy shorts. And the starters being introduced for the Lady Panthers of New Lexington under Coach Alyssa Board, looking to get off to a good start. If they can get where they want to be with the recent success that they've had, things could be very good for New Lexington tonight. For West Muskingum, they're a very young team. On the roster, they only have 2 seniors, and what that brings for the future is maybe taking some lumps this year and then coming back next year with that experience. So they are being introduced as we speak. Also, we want to mention that the setter tonight, Bella Ewart, leads their team in assists, and they introduce their entire roster, not necessarily with starters first. So kind of an interesting twist for West Muskingum Lady Tornadoes, and we are probably a minute away from starting the volleyball match, and we certainly appreciate everybody watching, listening here on South 60 Films. We want to remind you that Thursday we will be of us at New Lexington High School, where the Lady Panthers will tangle with the Lady Generals of Sheridan in what should be an excellent volleyball match. That's Thursday here on South 60. And then Friday night we'll be back at New Lexington again. This time it's the guys in big boy pants, as the New Lexington Panthers football team will host the West Muskingum Tornadoes, and New Lexington trying to keep it going football-wise. They are undefeated on the season, but West Muskingum a little bit of a deceptive record in terms of wins and losses, but they are a good football team, and they are going to rebound. And for Friday night, I'm sure that Coach Brownrigg will have the guys fired up, as will Coach Kevin Board for the New Lexington Panthers. All right, we are set to begin volleyball from West Muskingum High School. At the net for New Lexington, Lena Fink on one side, also Layla Baker, and in the middle, Caroline Dupla. They will substitute Snediger, and in comes the defensive specialist Gracie Newland, and she will have the serve for the Lady Panthers of New Lexington, and we are underway. Good serve right away. Free ball in the air. Attack back row. Good attempt on the block by New Lex. Nice attack. Good dig by West Muskingum. And then back to the net on a short ball. Ball at the net. And a kill that time right in the middle for New Lexington's Lena Fink. That's her first. Team's first. They lead 1-0. Newland stays with the serve. Back row. Ball is up in the air. Going to be attack to the back row. Ball back on the net. A tip over, saved by West Muskingum. And they will free ball over. Back again to the net. Middle set. Nice kill by the Lady Panthers of New Lexington. And that is middle hitter Lena Fink one more time. 2-0 in favor of New Lex. Just starting set number 1 here from West Muskingum High School. Back row, that is going to be in on an ace by Gracie Newland. Great serve. West Muskingum decided to let that one go. And a nice job by Newland of placing it right in the back. She has her team up 3-0. Serve again to the back. Ball is free, and then the attack will go out of bounds. No, they're going to say it will go to West on a touch by New Lexington. So point gotten by Lucy Thorne for the Lady Tornadoes of West Muskingum. And they will start the serve with Bella Ewart. Her serve on the way. To the middle hit. That's a good kill that time by Fink again. And Lena Fink is beating them up. She's got 3 kills here in this opening minute or two of the first set for New Lexington. Back to serve now for the Lady Panthers will be Layla Baker. Baker to the back. Ball is up in the air. It will be tippy-toed over. And then the left side attack is an outstanding kill by Caroline Dupler. Well, to this point of this first set, everything has gone extremely well for New Lexington. Great digging, excellent setting, and big-time kills on the net. It is 5-1 in favor of New Lex. Ball is free again, and block by Fink, saved. Back the other way, left hand attack. That's a double hit on the tip by Dupler. And New Lexington up 6-1 here in set number 1. Great net play by the Lady Panthers early going here in the first set. Baker's serve, it's going to sail out of bounds off the hit by Thorne. And it will be 7-1 in favor of New Lexington. And West Muskingum's going to take a timeout, so that gives us an opportunity to remind you that you're watching the streaming portion of things for New Lexington City Schools, our partner in the streaming affairs, and we do appreciate all they do for South 60. And at this point, the Lady Panthers of New Lexington looking very sharp. They are up 7-1 here in the first set. West Muskingum will be coming out of the timeout, and staying with the serve will be Layla Baker. West Muskingum still in their timeout. And some instructions from Coach Van Fleet. So New Lexington, not a lot to say by Coach Board during the timeout. Probably only took about 10 seconds, and I'm sure it was something like, okay, keep doing what you're doing. Probably the best advice you can give them at this point of this first set. 7-1, and they lead. And Baker with the serve. It's on the way, it's up, and that's going to be a double hit on West Muskingum. Another nice ace that time by Baker. 8-1 in favor of New Lexington, making quick work here in this first set. Good crowd on hand, by the way, at West. Ball up in the air again at the net on the attack, and not there for Riley Savage for West Muskingum. It is 9-1 in favor of New Lexington. And Baker again with the serve. It's on the way. Ball at the net will go out of bounds. And it is now 10-1. Keep in mind on rally scoring, it is very difficult to come back from behind when you get down in a big way early on. Ball is up in the air. It's going to be a free ball over, and it's not going to work as Bella Ewart unable to tip it over. It is 11-1 in favor of New Lexington. Another serve coming for Baker. Ball is up at the net. It is Thorne. Good save by Dick. Ball back on the kill by New Lexington. Great up, and then the kill at the net. Oh, misplay that time by Lena Fink. So the point goes to West Muskingum. They will have the serve. It'll be Brooke Bate, the sophomore. As we said in the pregame, this New Lexington team very, very young, just 2 seniors. Bates' serve is up on the net, right side attack, and that's a good one. Good play by New Lexington on the tip. And back to the serve comes Caroline Dupler. That tip, by the way, was Georgia Burkhart. Dupler's serve up in the air. Free ball again by West Muskingum. Great save. However, not able to complete it. Gracie Newland on the dig try had a very nice attempt. But ball in the net, and it belongs back to West Muskingum on the serve. It will be Lucy Thorne for West M's Lady Tornadoes, trailing 12-3 here in first set. Ball up in the air. Great save that time by Burkhart. Ball tipped over, saved by Burkhart on a tip. Back to West, set on the way, attack, not there. Back to Burkhart, and then the big hit by Dick, and then the right side attack. Nope, it's going to be a tip, saved by New Lex. Tip back over, ball at the net, and that is going to be a point for West Muskingum. The officials say that Lena Fink did something she shouldn't do with the ball, palming, carrying, however you want to classify it. It wasn't a clean hit. Now West Muskingum getting some instructions from the up official as to what may have just occurred. I wonder if they want a lineup change. So some discussion by West Muskingum on the floor. And now Thorne comes over to talk to Coach Van Fleet to find out what's going on out there. And I think I'd say everybody but the official and Miss Thorne are wondering just what the heck the conversation was about. Well, we'll find out maybe in the future. 12-4 and Thorne on the serve. That's a great serve. Ball, however, is up. That will be the attack by New Lex. Good attack in the middle, saved by Burkhart, and then the tip over by Chloe Dick. Left side attack, great save by New Lex, and then Chloe Dick again saved by West Muskingum. Great short set by Burkhart, and the kill by Lena Fink. She has 4 points here in this first set. It is 12-4. Snedeker returns to the lineup to play that middle hit. And the serve goes to Michaela McCoy for New Lex. McCoy, middle of the floor, right side attack, short, set to the left side. That's Chloe Dick. What a great look. Chloe Dick saw immediately that the left side of West Muskingum's front row was completely vacant, just had her eyes on it and just placed it. Fantastic point for Chloe Dick. For what an excellent athlete she is. We remember her from basketball, and she's quite an athlete. So also this athletic team from New Lexington, a lot of these girls play multiple. Very well-rounded athletes for the Lady Panthers. And they are up big, 14-4 here in the first set. Michaela McCoy will still be on the serve. West Muskingum has taken their second time out of the set, trailing by double digits, and McCoy on the serve. McCoy, 5'2" sophomore. Big career headed her way, one would think. Serve on the way is good. Ball is up. Middle attack coming. Nice job that time by West Muskingum. That's Jules Bennett for the Lady Tornadoes as the middle hitter. And it is 14-5. And West Muskingum now will be on the serve, trailing by 9 here in this first set. Substitution for New Lex. Gracie Newland comes back in. And West on the serve. Ball is up. It's going to be free, but saved by Newland on the dig. And then the left side attack by Snedeker's outstanding. That's a big hit. She was on that left front row, and she smacked that one like it was going to go in, and it did. 15-5 in favor of New Lexington. They are on the serve. Left-handed serve coming. Ball is up in the air. Right side attack, and it's a good one. Off the serve by Burkhart. That's a great kill that time for the Lady Tornadoes. They trail, however, 15-6 here in the first set from West Muskingum High School. You're listening to and watching New Lex West Muskingum MVL Volleyball from West High School here on South 60 streaming. Newland to Burkhart, and then a tip over, saved by New Lex, and then a left side hit by Dick, and that's not even fair. And Chloe Dick, when she's in that left front, that's going to be lights out if she gets the ball. 16-6 in favor of New Lex, and Chloe Dick has the serve for the Lady Panthers. Serve on the way is a bullet. Picked up, attacked by New Lex, saved by West Muskingum, and then Snedeker on a tip over. It's good for the point. It is 17-6 in favor of New Lex. Chloe Dick stays with the serve. It's on the way. Ball is up again. Back row attack for Thorne, and that's going to settle out of bounds. So another point for Chloe Dick and crew. 18-6 in favor of New Lex. Serve on the way. Thorne has it up, and then a free ball coming for West Muskingum should give New Lex a great opportunity. That's Snedeker on the tip and a double hit. So Ava Snedeker with the point in the middle hitter spot. It is 19-6 in favor of New Lexington, making quick work here in this first set. Chloe Dick's serve is up in the air off Thorne. Left side attack is a tip. It's Newland. Left side attack again. An excellent block by West Muskingum. That was Maggie Scott on the right side with a nice hit for West Muskingum. And the point, 19-7 with the serve, Haley Lytle for West Muskingum. Substitution for New Lex is Elizabeth Ward, a freshman. Ball is up in the air. Left side, big bang, saved by West Muskingum. Left side attack will sail out of bounds. And ball back to New Lexington, up 20-7. Gracie Newland will be back to the original rotation of serving. Lena Fink back in the front row for New Lexington, and Ava Snedeker takes a seat. Newland's serve is going to be an ace, and it's 21-7 in favor of New Lexington. Here in set number 1 from West Muskingum High School. Newland, the 5'4" senior. Ball is up in the air at the net. Nice block by Fink. And I'm going to say that over the net was West Muskingum, 22-7 in favor of New Lex. And it's Gracie Newland with the serve. Another Big time serve. Left side attack by Thorne. That's a good one. That's Lucy Thorne. And a nice hit from the left side for West Muskingum. Substitution will be Bella Ewart back in the lineup for the Lady Tornadoes, trailing 22-8. Also re-entering the lineup is Riley Savage. And with the serve will be Bella Ewart. And into the net. Point New Lex. Ball comes back to the Lady Panthers. And Layla Baker set to bang it away, 5'7" sophomore. Baker to the back. Unable to save it are the Tornadoes. Ball most likely would have been out. Get a little bit of a look from Coach Van Fleet to her team saying, ladies, we should know the difference between in and out. 24-8 in favor of New Lex. Serve on the way. It's going to be an error, unforced error on West Muskingum, and the final score in set number 1 is 25-8 in favor of New Lexington. And Lady Panthers didn't do a lot wrong in that first set. They got out early thanks to the excellent serving by Gracie Newland and then Layla Baker. They got out to a 10-1 lead, and they weren't looking back and made very few, if any, unforced errors, maybe just one or two. And the experience factor for New Lexington certainly showed in that first set. And you wonder how much of the effort by West Muskingum has to work a little bit on their confidence, as let's face it, 25-8 is not where you want to be. But you know, Coach Van Fleet, I'm sure the timeout, the in-between set 3 minutes, will have some thoughts for the ladies to say, hey, you know, we're capable of being a better team than we showed. You know, we need to just concentrate on less unforced errors and more of getting that ball to the front row. A lot of the hits that first set by West Muskingum ladies were actually in the middle and not right at the net. However, again, when you've seen New Lex play, you will realize they have great net presence. That's one of their real strengths with Chloe Dick, Lena Fink, Ava Snedeker, Caroline Dupler. I mean, they're all very, very good at the net. So looking for set number 2 to have a more competitive set for West Muskingum. And law of averages would usually say that when you get thumped a little bit in the first set, you usually rally for one reason or another. So West Muskingum hopefully will have a little bit more scoring opportunities here in this second set. New Lexington will put on the floor Snedeker, Baker, Dick, along with Burkhart. And let's see who else. And then Gracie Newland will sub in for Ava Snedeker. That rounds out that top 6 for the Panthers. West Muskingum will have the serve to start set number 2. That will be Bella Ewart with the serve, starting set number 2 for West Muskingum, hoping to get off to a good start. Ball is on the way. It's up. It's at the net. And a big-time attack, but saved by West Muskingum, and it will sail out of bounds. So a point for New Lexington's Lady Panthers, and then they will start to serve with Layla Baker for New Lex. 1-0, just starting set number 2. Baker, another free ball by West Muskingum, set by Burkhart, and then the big-time kill attack. Not there. West Muskingum free ball over. Another opportunity coming on the middle hit. Not there. West Muskingum, great job defensively. Thorne on the kill try, saved by New Lexington, and free ball over by Newland. And then at the net, nice kill attack. Oh, just out of bounds. That was Maggie Scott. And boy, that was very, very close. 2-0 in favor of New Lexington. Baker retains the serve. Nope, they're going to say in, so the line judge overruled, and the top official says that ball was in. Looked pretty close. So serve back to West Muskingum at the net, right side attack. That will sail out of bounds on Caroline Dupler. Oh, a touch. Things going a little crisscross here to start this set. It is 2-1 in favor of New Lexington, and they stay with the serve. That's an ace. Nice job that time of coming up with the ace is Caroline Dupler for the Lady Panthers. Dupler, a 5'8" senior, makes it 4-1 in favor of New Lexington. And the next serve coming. Ball is up again. Right side free ball, trickles over the net. Burkhardt on another tip. Great save by West Muskingum, saved again. And then the big hit by Chloe Dick. Oh, saved again by West Muskingum. They free over. Newland saves, and then Burkhardt, and then Lena Fink. Back to West. Great rally. Tip, saved by New Lexington. Burkhardt, and then Chloe Dick, big time hit. Saved again by West Muskingum on the net. Nice rally going. There's a tip and a good one. That's Burkhardt. We saw her last week against Maysville. And if my memory serves me correct, I think she had 6 points on tips, did Georgia Burkhardt, the 5'4" senior. 5-1 in favor of New Lexington. Dupler on the serve. At the net, it will be a back row hit. Newland on the dig, and then Chloe Dick pounds it down. Yeah, Chloe Dick pretty much unstoppable when she's on the left side of the net in the front row. I don't think there are too many ladies in the league who can get a block, let alone an attempt on that. Pretty much have to try and double block her. Ball is free again. And New Lexington will have another opportunity to get the set. That's a middle hit by Fink. And Lena Fink got another kill. That is her 5th unofficially kill. And a timeout for West Muskingum. It is 7-1 in favor of New Lexington. And Coach Van Fleet not liking what she sees here in this early going of the second set. So New Lexington very sharp here as the second set goes their way. We want to remind you that the Lady Panthers will be right back in action Thursday at home against big-time rival, the Sheridan Lady Generals, and you can bet Sheridan would like to come in there and put a little bit of a loss on New Lexington, but I've got a feeling this team will certainly be there. They will show up, and it should be quite an affair there Thursday night at New Lex. So glad we'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there too. With the serve, it's Caroline Dupler, 7-1 New Lex's way. Another ace for Dupler, and able to come up with it was Lila Gibson, another sophomore for West Muskingum. That should make the score 8-1 in favor of New Lexington. Dupler again to the back row. It's going to be free again, and New Lexington with the save, and that's Chloe Dick pounding it down, but a great save by West Muskingum. Here comes Thorne, but it is double blocked at the net, and a point for Lena Fink. That is now 9-1 in favor of New Lexington, making quick work tonight here in this second set. At the net, Newland with the dig, Burkhardt with the set. Dick tips it over. West Muskingum, oh, nice tip that time by the Lady Tornadoes. That's Riley Savage, another sophomore for West Muskingum. Substitution for West, it will be Haley Lytle re-entering. Lila Gibson takes a seat. And the serve by Thorne. And Chloe Dick to the back row from the smash. makes it 10-2 in favor of New Lexington. Nina Fink has a seat. Ava Snedeker comes into the front row for New Lexington. And Gracie Newland on the serve. Set up, middle hit. Nice job by Snedeker. And again, New Lexington in some trouble, but a great save at the net for the Lady Panthers. And then the attack by West, it's a block by Snedeker. And on the left side attack, Newland on the dig. There's another tip. That is, guess who? That's Georgia Burkhart. So if you're keeping track, that's 2, and I think probably the last 3 points for Burkhart on the little tip. 11-2 in favor of New Lex. Newland on the serve. That close, went out. Point for West Muskingum, 11-3. They trail. It will be Amelia Spencer, a freshman, getting the serve. That's Dick on the dig. Oh, and unable to come up with the tip was Georgia Burkhart. One of the few unforced errors here in this volleyball match by New Lexington, 11-4. Another try coming for Spencer. Back row, dig, middle hit, saved nicely, and then tipped over by Chloe Dick at the net. Great job by West Muskingum of getting the big hit back, but Dick standing there, and jumping there, I should say, in the front row middle, makes it 12-4 in favor of New Lexington. Ball is free again. That is Burkhart and Chloe Dick. Ooh, nice save again by West Muskingum. And Thorne with a big hit at the net. It's Chloe Dick again on the tip. Saved again by West Muskingum. That's Ava Snedeker on the pound down. Ava Snedeker with her third kill. 13-4 in favor of New Lex. And it will be Georgia Burkhart serving. Thorne has it up. Right side attack. Double block by Dick and Snedeker. Newland on the dig. Burkhart's set. And Chloe Dick one more time. I swear, I think that girl has 3 eyes. 2 regular ones and one in the middle of her forehead to see the spots that she can locate while the ball is in the air. Very good vision for Chloe Dick. On the serve, left side, dig by New Lex. There's Chloe Dick again, that's another one. She just loves that left side of the front row. 15-4, Georgia Burkhart remains on the serve for New Lexington. Serve on the way. And right side hit is up at the net. It'll be free over by Dick. And then a nice middle hit opportunity. Gracie Newland on the save. Another push by the Lady Panthers, and they get the point. Off the tip, and it is now 16-4. And Coach Van Fleet will take her second timeout here in set number 2. So in that first set, I would guess 1, 2, possibly 3 unforced errors. In this second set, I'm thinking 1 I do recall into the net, maybe 2. So, you know, you go on the road and you have the kind of play that New Lexington's had. They have just been a runaway freight train here in this first and second set from West Muskingum, where they lead 16-4, and West Muskingum still in their timeout. New Lex, similar to the timeouts in the first set, they talked to Coach Board for about 5 seconds. She says something like, yeah, just go ahead and do what you got to do, which they do. All right, West Muskingum back on the floor, and New Lexington back with the serve. That is Georgia Burkhart, the 5'4" senior. Ball is in the air, set on the right side, tipped nicely by Chloe Dick, and she will get the point. Unable to make it happen was Jules Bennett, another sophomore for West Muskingum. 17-4 in favor of New Lex. Burkhart's serve will be on Newland on the dig, and then Chloe Dick with another big hit, saved by West Muskingum. Left side attack, double block try, not there for New Lexington, and that's just a nice hit by the Tornadoes because New Lexington did have the double block on, and unable to get the point back were the Lady Panthers, and Jules Bennett on the serve. Newland on the dig, Burkhart on the set, blocked nicely by West Muskingum's Maggie Scott, another sophomore. So nice job at the net that time by Maggie Scott for West Muskingum. And it's Jules Bennett again. Serve on the way, it's a good one. It's Newland on the dig, and the right side attack will sail out of bounds. That's Layla Baker. And Coach Board looks at her and says, try to get that ball in. 16-7 in favor of New Lex. Bennett serve again. Ooh, and an error that time by Gracie Newland. So a little bit of a charge coming for the Lady Tornadoes of West Muskingum. They've got a little bit of a run going here in this second set. Jules Bennett on the serve again. That's Newland on the dig. Burkhart. And then another ball out for Chloe Dick. Wow. So New Lexington all of a sudden, after that timeout by West Muskingum, has lost some focus, and give credit to West Muskingum as well. Dick on the dig, and then Snedeker on the tip, and that's just thrown over by West Muskingum, so ball back to New Lexington. I'm sure Coach Board will address some things that didn't go necessarily the way for New Lexington in that little 5-0 run for West Muskingum. Chloe Dick on the serve, out of bounds. So the little bit of, I would say, not so good things going on for New Lexington continues, and it's 17-10 in favor of West Muskingum, and they have the serve. Opportunity, but they sail out of bounds. That was Haley Lytle on the serve try, so make it 19-10 in favor of New Lex. Ava Snedeker will take a seat, and coming into serve will be Michaela McCoy for the New Lexington Lady Panthers. Things are stopped momentarily as the officials are talking to the scorer's table as to what is the right score, I believe. And we'll have a stopping of play. The scoreboard says 18-10. I believe it's 19-10 as they try to get it straightened out. If there is a dispute, the home book will have jurisdiction. They're still trying to get it sorted out. Scoreboard says 18-10. My opinion is it's 19-10. Of course, that doesn't count. So New Lexington won the first set 25-8. They are up in this second set as we try to go back and get the points counted up, and that's always an exhausting affair for everybody because you have to literally go back and trace every point, and sometimes if you don't catch it right away, it takes a long time to try and get back to where a point was scored, and I think that might be the case right now. They're still trying to get things sorted out. Score is 18-10 in favor of New Lexington. They have the serve. Let's see if we can get it right. And officially, it is going to be still no indication yet. Officially, it's going to be 18-10. Okay, 18-10. New Lex leads That is McCoy on the serve. That's an ace. So Michaela McCoy quickly makes it 19-10 in favor of the Lady Panthers. And she stays with the serve, does McCoy. Net back to West Muskingum. Good effort by the Tornadoes here in the second set. They are in double figures with 11. New Lexington with the comfortable lead, but West has shown a lot of spirit here in this second set. They have the serve with Bella Ewart. Gracie Newland checks back in for Ava Snedeker. And jump serve on the way. That's Newland on the dig. And then a little cutesy play by New Lexington, as Fink appeared to be the one going for it. And then a little sneaky tip over by New Lexington makes it 20-11. Ball at the net is tipped over, saved by New Lex. Gracie Newland has it back over to West, and then Thorne on a nice attack and kill. That is Lucy Thorne, very nicely done. 20-12 in favor of New Lexington. And with the serve, Brooke Bate, another sophomore for West Muskingum. Brooke Bate, the defensive specialist, libero. Ball's loose on the net, tipped over, saved by New Lex, saved back by West. Middle set, Newland on the dig, and then the left side attack, still loose. Ball is going to be free over, and New Lex will have the opportunity to get it set on the left side attack. Ball is at the net, and point for New Lexington. Great job on the net by Georgia Burkhart for the Lady Panthers. Chloe Dick will re-enter for New Lex to play that front row. Elizabeth Ward will take a seat, and with the serve will be Caroline Dupla. 21-12, her team leads. On the way, that'll make her daddy, Andy Bennett, a happy guy. And the serve coming for Lucy 13. New Lex leads. That's going to be deep, but at the net. And then a great kill that time by Alina Fink. That is on the first. We'll take a seat. Ava Snedeker comes back in for the middle. And Gracie Newland has it on the serve. Up 9, New Lex. Newland on the serve. Ball is at the net. Right side tip. Good one. Nice job that time by Riley Savage for West Muskingum. 22-14 in favor of New Lexington. West Muskingum will have the serve. It's Amelia Spencer for West M. Good serve. Ball is up in the air. Middle attack. Saved by West Muskingum. Another dig. Another throw down by Snedeker. And that was pretty clear, pretty obvious on that one. So she will give the ball back over to West Muskingum. And the Tornadoes, the Lady Tornadoes that is, down 22-15 here in second set. At the net, great kill opportunity for Chloe Dick. Ball is still alive, and great job by Thorne of saving it. And then another tip by guess who? Georgia Burkhart, the queen of tips, Georgia Burkhart. And guess what? She gets to serve. 23-15 in favor of New Lexington. Saved, and then another free ball opportunity coming. It's at the net, and then a big job at the net, not there for Baker, and it will go out of bounds. And a set point coming for New Lexington and Georgia Burkhart, 24-15. Serve on the way. Up in the air. Back row for Thorne. Sails way out of bounds. And that will end in the second set, 25-15 in favor of New Lexington. So West Muskingum played better that set. They actually had some good moments. They had New Lex on the run a little bit, as at one point West Muskingum had scored 5 straight points, but New Lexington, to their credit, settled down and got some rallies going, some good play at the net, and it has been their custom all year. Once they got rolling back, it was too much New Lex, too little West Muskingum. So 2-0 in favor of West Muskingum, down, I should say. 2-0 in favor of New Lexington. For New Lexington, 8-1 on the season, 5-1 in MBL play. As we mentioned in the pregame, in case you missed it, the one loss, that disappointing 3-2 loss at Meadowbrook, but they do have Meadowbrook coming back New Lex's way in a couple, 3 weeks in a match that we will certainly be there. But for New Lexington, they've got quite a streak going. They have, at this point of the 6-game winning streak, they have won 16 sets in a row after dropping that 5th set at Meadowbrook, losing 3-2. 16 in a row, so I'll make it 18 now, as they won the first and second sets here tonight. So 18 sets in a row won by the New Lexington Lady Panthers. That makes their sets won on the season 26. Sets lost just 5 for New Lex. Let's see, there we'll have Snedeker, Baker, Chloe Dick on the floor. Is that Fink I see? That's Lena Fink I see. Burkhart, that's Georgia Burkhart. And that should be the 6th that will start. Gracie Newland, of course, will come in for Ava Snedeker and serve right away. And we are set to begin set number 3. Caroline Dupler, by the way, is that 6th starter for New Lexington. Libero comes in for West. That's Brooke Bate. And then Dupler, or I should say Newland, set to serve. Just beginning the 3rd set. New Lex controls the scoreboard in the first 2. Newland serve to the back, that's in. An ace for Gracie Newland. And what a way to start for New Lexington with the big ace. One more coming for Newland, or a minimum of one more coming. Second one on the way. Another ball, another net try by Thorne. A great block that time by Fink, but saved by New Lex. Another middle hit by Fink, and another kill by Lena Fink. Unofficially, I have Lena Fink with 7 kills here in this volleyball match. 2-0 in favor of New Lex. What a formidable 1-2 punch it is with Dick and Fink. Saved at the net, block coming by saved, and then a hit by Baker. Back to the net, the middle hit blocked again by Fink, saved, and then free balled over by Lucy Thorne, and Gracie Newland unable to jump up and get that. So 2-1 in favor of New Lex. With the serve is Bella Ewart for West Muskingum. Serve on the way. Dig. Set. A right side attack by Baker. Saved by West Muskingum. Left side. Ball at the net. Saved on the dig by Burkhart. And then another big hit. Saved again by West Muskingum. Middle hit. Tip over. New Lexington, that's Chloe Dick on the set. And then Layla Baker pounds it down. So Layla Baker making some noise there. 3-1 in favor of New Lex. And Baker with the serve. It's on the way. on the net, and then another tip over. Ball to the left side on the attack. Nice job that time by Caroline Dupler. That's her second kill of the night. And with the serve staying is Layla Baker. Nulex very deep team. A lot of girls who can do a lot of different things. At the net on another tip, and the block by Nulex. It's loose, and then it's Dupler on another hit and another point. Caroline Dupler has her third kill of the night, 5-1 in favor of Nulex. Serve on the way. It's going to be Thorne, and it's going to sail out of bounds. That's going to make it 6-1 in favor of New Lexington. Serve, good one. Oh, just hit the net. Boy, that was going to just go right over the net about 2 inches. Just went under the white of the top of the net. So a point for West Muskingum. They trail 6-2, and Brooke Bate on the serve. It's on the way. Newland on the dig. Burkhart on the set. And now it's going to go to the left side for Chloe Dick. Great job by Bate of saving it. And Thorne free balls it over. Newland on the dig. Ball on the left side. It's tipped over, saved by West Muskingum. Saved again by New Lex. And then the big bang. There's Lucy Thorne again. Gracie Newland on the dig. And there's another tip, but great job by Bate that time for West. It's Thorne, and can Newland get there? She does, but the ball can't be saved by Georgia Burkhart. Great job by West Muskingum ladies, as they really hung in there and did a nice job of some big hits by New Lex of saving it. 6-3 New Lex with the lead, and Brooke Bate on the serve. Newland on the dig, service receive, and that is Fink. Bate set to the middle, great kill. Nice job by Jules Bennett that time. 6-4 in favor of New Lexington. This is the closest of the 3 sets that West Muskingum has been with New Lex. Newland on the serve receive. Great shot inside. Right inside the line for Georgia Burkhart. Georgia Burkhart very sneaky. She'll when she needs to, she'll put a little tip in. She'll go for the kill. She does a lot of different things, Georgia Burkhart. Great setter as well. 7-4. At the net comes West Muskingum. They try to tip over the double block. And then the right side, it is Burkhart, saved by West Muskingum. And then another left side attack. And that's a good one by Lucy Thorne. Thorne also a very good player for West Muskingum. 7-5, and she will have the serve. Substitution for West Muskingum will be Haley Lytle re-entering for Lila Gibson. Ball is on the left side for Chloe Dick, saved by West Muskingum. They will try to tip it over, tip back by New Lex, and then a right side set, double block, saved by New Lex, and then Chloe Dick on another tip. Ball is up again in the air, and it will go to the back row and Newland, back to Burkhart, and Chloe Dick on the try will get the point. Good job by West Muskingum that time defensively, and Ava Snedeker will re-enter the lineup on the front row, and that means Michaela McCoy will be the server for New Lexington, up 8-5, set number 3. It's going to be short. Saved by New Lex. Free ball over. And I'm going to say a lift goes against West Muskingum. So point to the Lady Panthers and Michaela McCoy. 9-5, New Lex leads. Here we go. Serve on the way. It just gets over the net. And Ava Snedeker on the tip. Ball saved. And a right side attack by Chloe Dick. Good save by, and then Ava Snedeker trying to tip it over, and then West saves it again, and then West saves it again, and Chloe Dick this time says, I'm not fooling around with any front row tips. That's for some of you others. I'm going ahead and blasting it. So Chloe Dick takes matters into her own hands, and she gets the big kill into her own hands, and she gets the big kill. 10-5 in favor of New Lex. Middle hit, good one. Saved by New Lex. You're going to have a back row attack for Dupler. She gets it at 6 in favor of New Lex. Up 10-6 here in his third set. Up 10-6 here in his third set. Free ball over will go out of bounds. And an unforced error again for West Muskingum. Make it now 11-6 in favor of by Dick. And now she'll come up with the attack. And again, anytime she's on that left side, oh, they're going to say violation against New Lexington. So take the point away from Chloe Dick and give it back. And Chloe Dick up 12-7 are the Lady Panthers, and she is on the serve. Chloe Dick, 5'10" senior. Short serve, picked up. Left side attack. That's Newland. Ball is in the air, and Layla Baker, good one. Something good's coming for New Lex on the set. That's Snedeker pounding it down. You're in that middle there, and you're 6'3". Yeah, we want you pounding that ball down, and that's exactly what Ava did. 6'3". And Chloe Dick on the serve again. Ball at the net. It's going to be another unforced error for West Muskingum. 13-7 in favor of New Lex, and another timeout for West Muskingum. I want to remind you that we have volleyball. We have volleyball again this Thursday on South 60 Films, as the Lady Generals of Sheridan will visit New Lexington. Big football game over at the Jim Rockwell Stadium, where the West Muskingum Tornadoes will roll in to town, and they'll take on the undefeated New Lexington Panthers under Coach Kevin Board. If you have seen New Lex play the football team, they are very, very good. Serve, double the score. They are up 14-7, are the Lady Panthers of New Lexington. Dick gets the whistle. It's the serve. Big. Oh, excellent. Ava Snedeker one more time. That is her 4th kill. And she is starting to play with confidence, and if she gets things going, look out for New Lexington. Played that middle very well. 15-7 in favor of New Lex. And Dick on the serve. Thorne has it in the air, and then a right side. Nice job by the Lady Tornadoes. They get the point. And 15-8 with the serve coming is Haley Lytle. 5'5" senior for West Muskingum. Ball is in the air, and that's Layla Baker, and that is out. A little bit too much on that one. It is 15-9 in favor of New Lex. With the serve again is Haley Lytle. New Lex won the first 2 sets. Ball in the air. Set to the left side. Another nice bang by Snedeker. And now it's West Muskingum, however, comes right back. They go over the double block, and then a little bit too much on it was J.C. Huey. But give Ava Snedeker, she's really come to life here in this 3rd set. Playing with some confidence and some agility. Gets a few words from Coach Board. I'm sure a lot of it had to do with how she's playing that front row. On the serve makes it 17-9 in favor of New Lex. Newland. Loose ball. Unable to come up with it was Thorne. And is now 18-9 in favor of New Lex. Newland serve again. That's going to sail. A nice save that time by West Muskingum. Ball's on the net and the big kill right on the right side. That's her fourth kill of the night. That makes it 19-9 in favor of New Lex, and they stay with the serve. That's Gracie Newland. Newland serve, that's going to sail out, so an unforced error by New Lex. Dick, and then a big hit by Lena Fink. Set up by 20-10 in favor of New Lexington, trying to close it out. Right side attack, double block by New Lexington. Free ball for West Muskingum. New Lex should be able to set it up. That's Chloe Dick. And then another big bang that time by Lena Fink. Serve. Savage, 5'6" sophomore. Brooke Bate will short. Gracie Newland, Caroline Dupler. And then a big hit that time by Fink. Not there. So point West Muskingum, ball back to the Lady Tornadoes. Brooke Bate for West End. Over, that might go, yeah. So New Lexington, nothing fancy about that little tip over, just happened to find the right spot in the corner of the rear, and it makes it 21-12. Elizabeth Ward re-enters the lineup. Caroline Dupler takes a seat for New Lex, 22-12. Their way. There's the serve, and it is up. Left side attack will go out of bounds. 23-12. So New Lexington looks like they're on their way to keep that sets streak going. And West Muskingum will have the serve. It's going to be Lucy Thorne. Thorne on the way. Oh, some indecision that time between Newland and Ward as to who's got it. I'll take it, you got it. Thorne's next serve. That's Newland again. Another tip by New Lex. Set to the right side. Block. It's over the in favor of, and a tip that time by New Lex, not there. And then another big hit. That's Jules Bennett on another kill. 23-16 in favor of New Lexington. Serve on the way. That's Newland. And then another great block at the net by West. They will try to tip it over, will the Lady Tornadoes. And Chloe Dick puts it down, but West saves it. And New Lex saves it. Board's thinking about a timeout. There's the serve. Ball is in the air. And the left side by Fink, saved by West Muskingum. Left side attack. Newland has it. Burkhart on the save. And putting it down is Chloe Dick. So yeah, they're not going to need a timeout now. 24-17 set match point coming for New Lexington as it's Elizabeth Ward set to put it on the way. Or I should say that's Michaela McCoy on the serve. That will sail out of bounds, and that will do it. Nope, they're going to say touch. One of the line judges says there was a touch on the block. So 24-18 in favor of New Lex. And another serve coming for Amelia Spencer. And here we go. That's Chloe Dick. Ball is in the air, and it's going to go to the net. That's another unforced error for New Lexington. And it's 24-19 in favor of Snedeker. Block